even know. I kind of see the face of Jesus in it. Hello, YouTube. Welcome back. I'm back with another video. And this time, I'm not making you wait 4 to 6 weeks for another Miniminuteman video. Today, we're going to watch the new Giza pyramid conspiracy is a disaster. It's finally not one of his like 4-hour videos. It's finally a normal length. And if you like these types of videos and you would like to have me react to more videos, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. It helps push it in the algorithm and helps me able to make videos like these.
Hit it, Fergie.
What do you feel like he's done with life?
Don't even get me started. Okay, guess we gotta waste more breath on this discovery. How's it going, everybody? If you have spent any amount of time on the internet over the course of the past, like, 3 weeks, you've probably had the misfortune of stumbling across videos like this.
We finally know what's underneath the pyramid.
I don't. Apparently, my For You page is filled with animal videos, food talk, and fitness stuff that enrages me.
And these discoveries are groundbreaking.
Or like this.
Structures so deep they might form an entire hidden city.
Or even, regrettably, like this.
Maybe the thing is this, like, this is Instagram Reels. Maybe the thing is, and why I'm avoiding this bullshit, is because I'm not on Instagram.
About a week ago from as I'm filming this right now, I woke up one morning to have my Instagram Reels feed just completely filled with the same conspiracy nonsense over and over again about the exact same thing that I had never heard of in my life. All of them essentially just parroting the exact same thing as one another about this groundbreaking discovery.
New discovery never before seen behind the scenes.
It changes everything.
Mainstream media does not want you to know this.
Narrative shattering.
Narrative shattering. The cones. I don't even know. No, Mr. Beast, no, shut up.
Season 2 Mr. Beast Lab swarmed.
Enhanced by AI.
Enhanced by, you mean fabricated by AI?
Spirals.
Spirals. Flugenhafen.
That is, of course, the Khafre pyramid discovery. And this claim spread so far, so fast, that later that week, I was literally asked onto Piers Morgan to talk about it.
Yes, although UFOs have visited Earth and governments are keeping it secret.
Sounds cool, man.
I love how he is just trolling.
No idea.
That's how you know the situation has gotten completely out of control. Now, I made a short about this a little while ago. I talked about it on, Piers Morgan, but I wanted to make a bit more of a definitive piece so that I can say all of this once and hopefully never have to say any of it ever again.
I really love Milo's long form content because you really get to see him talk and like his personality come through. But I need to do another like short reel like react situation because that was the first video I ever saw him in, was just all of the different shorts. And I feel like I need to see his shorts again. I feel like it's been too long. What the fuck is going on in the Pyramid of Giza?
Okay, so first and foremost, there's already a whole bunch of videos about this discovery that my colleagues have done that are way more eloquent than I am. They break down a lot more of the study and the technology behind it, and really get into sort of the technical nitty-gritty side of things. Now, in this video, I'm going to give a bit of a TLDR on this whole situation, and really the thing we're going to be diving into is just the absolutely insane spread of the bullshit surrounding this story. So I'd really recommend after this video going to check out Ancient Architect's video on this research. He does a really great job of breaking it down in a level of technicality that I think is really important for everyone. And there's also a great video by Flint Dibble that talks to a researcher that's familiar with this type of satellite data.
all the sciencey stuff, like the good nitty gritty stuff that really explains it. Milo's gonna do it in a comedically relief, frustrated with the dumb assery of the world.
Data that they used here that I think everyone should familiarize themselves with as well. So links to those videos will be in the description. I'm gonna do my thing now. So I've been sort of hoarding like crazy person Instagram reels for the last week. And so largely what I want to do in this video is go through just how crazy it is that misinformation can spread so fast and so far.
It's so scary nowadays because there's so many platforms, and then people don't really look into it. They're just like, take everything at face value.
We're all gonna lose some brain cells together watching some videos that I haven't even...
Do I even have brain cells to begin with, Milo? Are we really gonna lose something if I don't have it? Can you lose something you don't have?
really had the guts to watch all the way through until now. Because I'm only gonna do it once, and so it might as well be on camera. But
Yay! He's basically doing reaction content. Yay! I'm reacting to Milo reacting to...
Before that, let's give a little synopsis of what the whole situation is here for anyone who's not aware. So the claim goes like this. In a press conference earlier this month, a couple of...
These guys. What? These are terrible pictures of these guys. This is a terrible, god-awful poster. The graphic designer deserves to be fired.
Researchers claimed that they found evidence of 8 2-kilometer-long cylindrical structures underneath Khafre's pyramid. Khafre's pyramid is the middle of the Great Pyramids. You might know it as being the second one from the left or the second one from the right.
Or the second one from the left and the second one from the right. You know, the double whammy. Almost like there's a word for it, the middle.
The image that most of us are probably familiar with about this discovery. I don't think I have ever used the word discovery more liberally in my life. We see the columns stretching down into the ground with some spiraling things around them and then 2 massive chambers at the bottom.
The thing is, as somebody who knows nothing outside of the stuff that Milo has taught me about pyramids, I look at this and I'm like, okay. I don't know. In both sides, I don't know what this implies, if it implies everything, whether this is real or not. Like, it's a 3D rendering of something that possibly or may not possibly.
Now that image looks pretty convincing, right?
Does it though? It's just a 3D. I can make that. I can make that in Blender. I don't even know how to use Blender. I can make that.
I mean, you wouldn't just pull a technical looking image like that out of your ass to mislead people.
I could totally do that.
Right? Right? Now, while the conspiracy accounts will proudly show you this image, what many of them will conveniently leave out is this image, which is the image of the actual data that they got. Okay.
But isn't that just heat signatures?
Whew, it's cold in here. 40 degrees. Here I was thinking spring was coming. You guys saw my April Fool's video.
Sorry, I left my vat of Vaseline here. My bad.
This is us. Just whiteboard. And that 55-gallon of Vaseline.
Jeez, I'm sticky. I know. You leave 2 dudes alone on a nice day with a vat of Vaseline, you know? You better have Kleenex.
I was
Heyo.
outside. Sun was shining. Birds were tweeting.
Oh, it's because you got second winter. So for those who don't know, in northern areas like Canada, he's not in Canada, but he's also in a more northern area of the US. There is something called second winter. It's when winter ends and spring starts. But then Mother Nature's like, debated, and second winter comes.
I was covered in Vaseline. Gotta love it. Okay, what was I talking about? Yeah, so this is the data that they actually got from this. And then they interpreted this data into this, which I don't think is very honest. And I
don't even know what this is. It looks like an abstract painting that somebody's gonna sell for $4 million.
And say really fucking misleading. So the way that this data was acquired, this data, not the, fan art that they made of it, was through
synthetic aperture radar,
or SAR. SAR technology is sort of similar to an ultrasound, the thing they baby.
Interesting fact, for those who may have never had an ultrasound, they use ultrasound for other things besides baby. You ultrasound to look if your bladder's healthy, and it's very painful because they make you fill your bladder, and they're like, don't pee. And then they take the ultrasound and they shove it on your bladder, and they're like, don't pee. And then they're like, okay, you can pee now. And then they do it again to see how much you emptied your bladder. And I'm like, I can't pee now because you stabbed me so hard that the pee won't come out.
And you might be thinking, well, if I was looking for a chamber 2 kilometers underneath the Pyramid of Giza, the height of the Burj Khalifa, the tallest building on the planet, I'd probably use something other than an ultrasound. And you'd be right, considering this SAR technology does an absolutely dogshit job of actually penetrating into the Earth. But to their credit, the researchers don't actually claim that this is ground penetrating radar going into the ground. Rather, they use the SAR data alongside Doppler tomography data, and they claimed that by looking at both of these
Doppler tomography, a technique for displaying a 3D cross-section of a solid object like the Earth using Doppler radars. Such layers can be used to determine the chronology of glacier sediments. Okay.
Pieces of information combined, they were not looking into the Earth, but they were analyzing micro movements in the Earth, which they could then interpret to see shapes underground. You know, now again, you can check out Flint's video to learn more about this because he talks to someone who specializes in this stuff. I am not a ground penetrating radar or sonar expert. So all of this data,
I don't penetrate the ground often.
which I might also add was acquired from a satellite 680 kilometers above the Earth, produced this piece of data, which was then interpreted as this. I think we should do more ultrasounds from high Earth orbit. I feel like that
Yeah, can we see the ultrasounds of other objects, see how they look in comparison?
could be a
Could we ultrasound something that's like has deep underground columns, like, I don't know, like the London Underground, and see what it shows up for that? Does it look similar? Does it look completely different?
niche that could be quite profitable. So anyway, this data was then not published. It was discussed in 2 different press conferences, one of which was hosted by a former member of, what was it called again? InfoWars. Oh, wow.
Oh,
Actually,
no.
very proud to have forgotten the word InfoWars. I could go my whole life never seeing that again, and I'd be fucking thrilled. Wow, Milo from the future. I wanted to just pop in real quick to warn you guys, I will put on a different hat later in this video. I know, and I'm really sorry. I just had to give you advance warning.
Thank you for warning us that you were switching hats. Otherwise, I would have been so confused, lost, and I might have had a panic attack.
I'm kidding. I'm here because when I exported this last batch of footage, I noticed something was wrong with the autofocus, and so it decided that my computer was the thing that needed to be in focus.
It really wanted to show off that Apple branding.
The issue that I found was that my camera was not set to face autofocus, it was set to pet autofocus.
An Apple laptop is your pet.
Which still doesn't really explain why it focused on my computer. But fucking who knows? I fixed it now. Milo, couldn't you go back in and just reshoot all of that? No.
No,
Absolutely
no.
not.
It's not worth it.
Myself and the rest of the world have already wasted enough of our collective breath on this stupid fucking theory, and so I'd rather dedicate my time to making videos about like actual archaeology and things that there's at least some, you know, evidence for. Like the Octagon Earthworks video. It's gonna be the next one that comes out, hopefully. It's about a site with actual sacred geometry and astronomical alignments, and not this stupid sensational bullshit. So look, here's a cool clip of it.
Alignments to all 8 of those are built into this architecture. It goes on a perfectly straight path, almost like a microcosm of the ancient indigenous North American cosmos.
Wow.
Wow.
Wasn't that pretty cool?
Amazing.
Books in ya. Come back in 2 weeks. Okay, anyway, I'll let you get back to Milo with the other hat now. Anyway, so one of the people at this press conference was apparently a
Oh my God, look, the Apple laptop is so in focus. It almost looks like the camera is focusing on me.
guy formerly from InfoWars. That's the level of credibility we're dealing with here. Then I think it was picked up by actual InfoWars, at which point it was picked up by the Joe Rogan Experience.
No.
Which proceeded to chew it up and mama bird regurgitate it into the mouth.
It's like a game of telephone where it just keeps on getting worse and worse the more they pass it around.
Of every insufferable dude bro with a microphone. And that is how this thing that I can't even stress enough how little information we actually have on it has turned into probably the most discussed archaeological topic of the year so far. Now, I think it's also important I mention a little bit about the researchers who are providing us with this. One of them, Armando May, is a...
What's this picture? Hello, I'm Armando. I wear scarves in the summer and I pose like a book writer when I'm not a book writer.
Self-taught Egyptologist, which is, as we've discussed in previous episodes, a guy who likes Egypt. Now, apparently self-taught in this case just means read a lot of books about conspiracy theories about ancient Egypt. In the March 16th press conference, he speculated that this information could imply that the pyramids and the structures around them are 36,000 years old, and is one of the people who's a big proponent of all the astronomical alignment things as well. So
he probably believes in astrology.
Take that for what you will. Now, the team leader is even more reputable, as he is actually a published author. Corrado Malagana, the team...
Does he have a lazy eye? Or did somebody not draw his eyes correctly? You ever, I'm talking particularly to a niche audience group of people. And you ever draw a picture and you're like drawing the irises on the character's eyes and it just keeps looking derpy, and no matter what, you can't make them look like they're looking the right way. That's him.
Leader has published books like this one. And like this one.
Oh no.
Now, I'm not saying that these things are enough to write this theory off on principle, but they're not doing it any favors.
No,
this is
they're
one
not.
of the really big problems I have with this entire thing. I am all for researching this more. I said that on Piers Morgan, I will say it now. I think that seeing an anomaly under the pyramid is something that should be looked into. We should look more into refining this SAR technology that they were using. But I think it is so wildly manipulative to turn this data into this image.
Yes, 100%. Like, share the data. Share what you found. Share that image. Don't be making some weird hypotheses.
Which you don't even bother to get published, and went straight to literally the most mainstream mass media outlet on the planet.
I love how Spotify's there.
Joe Rogan fans talking about the mainstream media, and then saying in the next breath, it's the most listened to podcast in the world.
Almost as if it is the mainstream media.
Fuck it, never mind. Now, the claims for what this is have ranged everything from them being...
Sometimes I feel like Milo is that Charlie Day meme where he's just like, look at the connections, look at the strings, but it's like for conspiracy theorists. Like, he's a conspiracy theorist of conspiracy theorists.
Support structures to them being a
fuck?
giant power generation system. There is about a million things wrong with these actually...
The focus has gotten worse. Like, his face is now blurrier.
Man-made structures. One, this is so wildly below the water table. I don't know how they would have done this. Two, this is a structure that is built on top of limestone bedrock. So how did they do this?
Yeah.
And why would they have done it for support structures if it's already built on bedrock? Then the kind of other obvious one is we have no other context that would make this make any sense. Like, if we were finding all kinds of structures underneath the other pyramids and we found evidence of like smaller ones, or this resembled a structure that was built in other places in Egypt, maybe I'd be like, yeah, okay, so we have a little bit of context that this is worth looking into. But I'm like, we literally don't see this anywhere. This is just completely contextualist. And really just the fact that this sonar image was turned into this is absolutely laughable. This would be like me walking into your living room with like a thermal camera or something and noticing sort of like a warm spot on your wall and being like, elves. You got a family of elves nesting in your walls. Like, yeah, I'm being a little bit hyperbolic, but not really, because this is like Schrodinger's pyramid. No one, and I cannot stress this enough, no one has any fucking idea what this actually
I don't even know. I kind of see the face of Jesus in it.
is. This is not peer-reviewed. I said this a lot in the short I made on this. Not only is this not peer-reviewed, it's like not even really published. And while that shouldn't be enough to just completely write off an idea, it's certainly reason to not just accept it at face value like pretty much every conspiracy theorist is currently doing. Okay, now I want to be a little bit charitable actually towards this research and the researchers doing it. While I'm certainly a little bit skeptical of their motives and some of the underlying biases may have, I don't think this is a bad study by any sense of the word. Now, I'm going to lay aside for a second the actual research of what's underneath the pyramid and look more at the technology that they were using, because that's the part that I think is the most interesting to me. I encourage these researchers to continue this study, try and get it published, and try and get it peer-reviewed, because I think there's potentially some really interesting discoveries to be made with refining the SAR technology that they used. If we could reliably use high Earth orbit satellites to analyze, micro movements in the Earth to predictably detect cavities underground, that could be a pretty groundbreaking technology technology. What I would suggest to the researchers if I was part of a hypothetical peer review team researching their paper is first, I would like to see evidence of how this SAR technology actually works.
Yeah, like, can you prove that it actually works? Like, can you show, like I said, like, can you find the London Underground? And does the London Underground show up the way they know that it shows up and how it should be showing up? Because we have structures that we know how the underground of it looks. Does it do that, right?
The way that they would do this is by going to an area that has well-documented underground cavities and cave systems and using this technology there and seeing if they can align the data they got from the satellite with the known data of what we have. Again, like science always works from the known into the unknown.
Yes.
So right now what we know
you gotta prove that it does the thing before you can prove that it can make up shit.
About this is so very little that the far unknown is just complete speculation. Another piece of this puzzle that I sort of came across while doing this is that I think there's like actual documented cavities underneath the pyramid, not like
there are underground chambers recorded for Pyramid of Giza that were found using ground-penetrating radars and mound tomography. None are huge. Maybe they're to relieve some of the load-bearing weight off the pyramid itself.
Like, you know, man-made structures, but it's just limestone, so of course there's cavities. And those didn't show up.
One tomography, cosmic ray reflections of an object that can be used to see inside the object without excavating. Ground penetrative radars and electromagnetic geophysical method that transmits radio waves pulses at select center frequencies into the ground to study the subsurface.
On this technology. I have no citation for this. This is just something I stumbled across. I didn't fact.
One of the main resources we found on this is the precision characterization of the corridor-shaped structures in Khufu's pyramid by observation of cosmic rays by prosecutors S. Morishima, K. Kuno, M, etc. all. I guess those are the scientists.
Check this really heavily, but this is part of the reason why I think that this technology should be refined a lot further, and that should be the direction that these researchers take it before bringing it to claim that they've made the most groundbreaking discovery in all of archaeology. I just think they're putting the cart before the horse a little bit. Now, I am almost kind of shocked to say this, but this is also almost the unanimous agreement within like the leading figures in the alt history space as well. Even the two alt history guys that joined me on
they're just so embarrassed. They're like, ooh, he just made a joke.
Piers Morgan were
like that guy, this guy here, right here, this guy, not the guy I'm blocking, this guy here, he's like awkward. He's making fun of my life choices.
In full agreement with me and Flint about this being something that is just way too early to say and needs more research. The people who tell you that they know exactly what this is are completely full of shit. Granted, the people who tell you that this is noise and not like an actual structure are based a little bit more in reality than the people who tell you that it's a power generation structure.
I mean, to me, it just looks like, well, besides the weird Jesus face, it looks like heat signatures to me, right?
So I don't want to make it sound like those two things are, you know, equated to one another. But the people who are hopping on the bandwagon and making videos about this being a power generation structure are, how can I put this really nicely? Shameless grifters who have no fucking idea what they're talking about. And for anyone that does believe that this noisy data is actually showing something beneath the pyramids, it's a fucking ink blot test. Like, you can just look at that and then take whatever biases you have and just say that that's what it is.
Like I said, the Jesus face. If you see it, let me know.
I think it's a power generation structure. I think that it's a lost city. I think it's what they talked about in the Emerald Tablets.
Potentially corresponding to the legendary halls of Amenti described in the ancient Egyptian mythology. The Emerald Tablets.
Open the door. Open the door. Open the door.
I think it's giant fucking pickles, okay? I don't know. So in the wake of this coming out, every single conspiracy account picked up on it. But the thing that was the most shocking to me, and the reason I'm motivated to make this video, is because I saw actual science communication accounts talking about this. Like actual ones, like ones that I've followed and are very reputable. And while they did a much better job of talking about like this isn't peer reviewed, this isn't published, they'd still talk about like there's theories that this is a power generation structure, and then all the fucking comments would be like, see, I told you guys it's a power generation structure, along with a lot of comments rightfully calling them out for being super academically dishonest. There's one that I'm thinking of in particular that took the video
freaking clickbait, the
down, but good, don't fucking do that shit. It just blew my mind seeing people that like are dedicated to academic honesty thinking that it's a good idea to even utter the words power generation structure as if it has some credence to it. Because the people that think this is a power generation structure don't give a shit about academic honesty. They're not going to be like, well, she said it might be a power generation structure, but it's not peer reviewed, so I'm not going to speak too soon. They're just
No, they're gonna ride it hard. I mean, phrasing.
gonna hear power generation structure and just fucking regurgitate it to the next guy. So please, for God's sake, for all of you watching, and for all of you that watch science communication accounts, if they talk about this, please let them know to not fucking do that. Do it nicely. I'm not asking you to like harass these people, but like, it's amazing to me how something literally went from InfoWars to being like talked about by actual science communication accounts. It's like, guys, do like a fucking like just 10-minute Google search before you make these fucking videos. So anyway, that's the very broad overview.
The problem is it feels like they're trying to milk the hype around it as well. And then it just feels like, well, if you're trying to be a science channel, but you're still trying to milk hype around something, just do it in a way that's not dishonest.
This whole situation, some of my opinions on it, and now it's time for the really fun part. And
the fun part, the reaction of the reaction, yay!
that is gonna be looking at how brain-dead conspiracy theory misinformation.
We need a really good word for somebody that just is at a void of a brain. I've been trying to think of a good insult. I don't want to use any of the insults we've used prior, like dumb, idiot, moron. I feel like those are too rooted in ableism. I want a new word that is for those people that just are not using their brain. Maybe they were born without a brain, that are physically able and should have a brain, but just don't use it.
Accounts formed a human centipede that has, I don't even know, I don't like this analogy. That has expelled a conspiracy theory that is probably going to be talked about for the rest of my life. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, it is...
He got to witness a new conspiracy being birthed through the poop hole.
It's my great displeasure to dive into the rabbit hole of some of the worst videos you will ever see in your life. Oh my God, he's wearing another outfit.
But this time he's doing this brave promotion. The promotion for his products.
And now he's wearing another outfit. So maybe this isn't the best way to style this shirt.
No, it's not the right cut.
But you know what? This is how we're gonna do it. I look like a kid from summer camp. I want to pop in to let you guys know that we now officially have the second tarot card shirt, baby. This one was part of the April Fool's video, but I wanted to show it off here for those of you that hadn't seen it yet. It's got a little schminky on it. It's got a me on it, and it looks a lot better when you aren't wearing it over a shirt like this. But the full tarot design is live now. It comes in t-shirts, it comes in hoodies, and each one of those comes in this color, white-ish.
Whitish, egg, beige,
black, and green. So
ooh, and green adjacent.
if you want to support the channel and rep this sick design made by my wonderful partner, you can find the link to that in the description of this video. I also wanted to say real quick, I don't think I ever gave an update on the fundraiser that we did for Asheville after Hurricane Helene. I'm sure many of you probably remember the fundraiser that we did for the Halloween video where we did the vampires hoodie. Well, I am over the moon to say that we managed to raise more than $8,000 for beloved Asheville. That is an astonishing amount of money, and it's going to a charity that has worked in Asheville for a very long time, and because of that, it will continue to be working in Asheville long after things like the Red Cross and FEMA have left. So I can say with a high degree of certainty that every cent earned is actually going to be going to helping the people who are facing the long-term repercussions of the devastation from Hurricane Helene. I really want to give a very personal thank you. My partner and I have a lot of really close friends down in Asheville. It's an area that means a lot to us. One of my editors lives down in that area, and seeing so many people come together and make a difference like this is just, it makes me fucking glow. I am so immensely proud of what we have done here, and I really thank you guys profoundly from the bottom of my heart for helping make this happen. Just wanted to give that update to let you guys know that you can make a difference. Anyway,
thank you for the hope core
hoodie in the description of this video. Let's get right back into it. I warned you guys about the hat change. Don't look so surprised. Now
I'm so surprised. The anxiety
is the part that you've all been dreading. The part where I'm gonna show you the collection of crazy person Instagram reels I've been collecting.
Yay.
Again, I want to emphasize, I know I didn't go too in depth into the research about this story. The entire press conference, both of them were in Italian. As you can see, I've been fully naturalized as an American, where I can proudly say I only speak one language. And so again,
so authentic, only singular language. I speak 1.5.
If you want to learn more about this actual study and, you know, fill yourself out on it further, which I highly suggest you do, I really recommend you look at some of the videos from my colleagues. They're excellent. There's another one that I forgot to mention earlier. There's a great video by the YouTuber Metatron, who is a native Italian speaker who went through this whole press conference and is able to boil out a lot more of the juicy information. So I really recommend that you check that out too. There'll also be a link to that in the description. Thank you, Metatron. Fucking great video. Okay, anyway, let's, here we go. So I have all these saved in a folder, but I opened Reels first, and the very first thing to come up is one of these videos.
Crazier than we could have ever imagined as far as engineering is.
Why is this guy in the video and the voiceovers just sound so bored? Crazier than we ever could imagine, for reals.
Concerned, you know, I mean,
Concerned, you know.
The
pyramid shapes and columns and the AI imaging, and you can't even build a fucking square.
Pyramids at this point.
Pyramids, schmyramids at this point? I want that as a tramp stamp.
Pyramid
with what they're finding, so yeah, this is
I guess this is a thing. Cool, yeah. Gets more likes than any of my freaking videos.
That's what it looks like.
This is most definitely not what it looks like. That
I guess this is what it looks like.
image was an AI-generated image derived from another AI-generated and photo-edited image. That is so wildly not what it looks like.
This diagram show you.
This diagram shows you, oh my goodness, it's like number 15, but worse.
The exact scale.
Diagram, oh my god, bro, it's fucking fan art.
Of how insane this discovery is. So up here you have
That's how you know.
So up here you have it sounds so wait. Does that kind of work? Should I sound less interested in things?
That the video is good. Normally, you know, a study will release images of the discovery, but when it was barely a study and nothing was really discovered, all these people have to go off is just making AI-generated video with spooky sound effects.
Khafre's pyramid. It stands 471 feet tall. You know, this is so bizarre.
You know, this is so bizarre.
It's definitely more impressive and...
Whoa, did you see how quickly he showed the actual data? Well, what was that? That was like, okay, editors, can you time how quickly that was on
2.4 seconds?
So that's what we're looking at. And then this is where it gets really, really crazy.
This is when it gets really, really crazy.
You zoom all the way out. This should give you a good idea of
the penis pyramid is penetrating.
Oh god. This has been another thing I've seen
If you just zoom out, I'll switch over to a different AI image.
a lot. I'm sure you guys have all seen this meme of like the obelisks underneath the pyramid. I saw that a lot before this. I've been seeing it so much now of these conspiracy like nut people being like, see, I told you. But I don't think I have ever seen it animated and so violently phallic.
Just this
That's what I was thinking.
scale of engineering. What
I love how the AI can't keep the writing consistent at all, and it's like, if you think this is a real picture,
we're looking at
Milo's face.
what they did, and yeah, I guess maybe we'll find out more.
I guess maybe we'll find out more. I don't know. I don't sound like I give any fucks about it anyway.
In years to come.
In years to come.
Honestly, I have a little bit of respect for whoever the guy is making this video. He doesn't make an effort to make it sound like he knows what the fuck he's talking about. Like that ending, fuck yeah, I don't know. Maybe someday we'll know what's happening. You know, power to you, dude. Honestly, maybe we will find out more in years to come. Although more in this case being an interesting stand-in for the word anything. Wait, why did my dad follow this account?
What?
Dad, my brother, what the fuck? I really like the way that this guy presents this. Listen to the fucking intro again. I didn't even catch it.
Crazier than we could have ever imagined as far as engineering is concerned. You know, I mean, the pyramids schmyramids at this point.
This guy just sounds like he could not give less of a shit.
That's what I'm saying!
Oh, it's crazy when you think about it.
I did that bit first!
Fucking pyramids, pyramids, schmyramids. You know, when I someday go for like a master's thesis or like a PhD or something, I want to do my final presentation like that.
Yes.
But anyway, guys, what I kind of found here, like, I don't know, it's like probably one of the most groundbreaking, you know, things ever or something. But like, I don't know, maybe when
the person who cures cancer will be like, yeah, you know, I don't know, I did some research and some stuff happened, and then, you know, now we may possibly, most likely have like a cure for, you know, cancer, but, you know, just doing things and stuff and places to be, and you know.
the future we'll learn more about it. Who fucking cares? Let's see. Where were we? Now, do you think we're gonna get another one just auto-suggested to me in my Reels feed immediately after this?
So y'all mean to tell me the
Yes.
The United States school curriculum is not teaching us everything we need to learn?
Did he say United States?
Yeah, that's true. The U.S. school curriculum isn't teaching us everything we need to learn. They're like literally destroying the United States school curriculum in front of our eyes. It's gonna be even worse than it already was. They're banning books about like fucking...
Banned books and list of U.S. 2025. Looking for Alaska by John Green. Really? A freaking John Green. Perks of being a wallflower? Why? Because there's a pop brownie? 13 Reasons Why? The Kit Runner, The Handmaid's Tale. What? Oh, because we don't want people to know that we're living in a Handmaid's Tale. Gender Queer Memoir. Wait, what? A comic book guide to relationship, bodies, and growing up. Brave New World. All Boys Aren't Blue. Romeo and Juliet. What, are they worried people are gonna wanna like die for love? Or well, the concept of love? They were chill. Like I think Juliet was like 12 years old or something like that. Like, what?
Slavery and shit.
It seemed like they gave us all the great civilizations except for the great civilization here in America.
Oh, that's what you mean. You mean the U.S. school system isn't teaching us about shitty, half-baked conspiracy theories.
They're just not teaching us about the pyramids in America. That's what it is. Of course it is.
TikTok and the internet is teaching me way more than school ever did.
TikTok is teaching me way more than school ever did.
Oh, honey. Oh, honey.
We're so fucking cooked, guys.
We cooked.
When was y'all gonna tell me that it's pyramids all throughout this motherfucker? This is Pyramid Lake in California. They were saying it's pyramids and ancient artifacts in the Grand Canyon and how that could take you to Africa.
Breathe, Milo, breathe.
Okay, the fact that it is called Pyramid Lake does not actually mean that there is a pyramid in it. And that is blasting lines on the side of a mountain that they did with modern construction equipment. I don't... Oh. He's gonna get to pyramids in the Grand Canyon. I'm not even gonna go there. I'm stopping at Pyramid Lake in...
Just stop it, Milo. That's not even on contact. We want to know about the pillars.
California, and I've learned more on TikTok than I ever have in school. Tells me everything I need to know. We're gonna just go to the actual thing we're talking about for this video. Oh, is it just it spinning in a circle?
God, why does it have 197,000 likes? I can't even get a video to get that many views.
If the music looped better, I wonder how long it would have taken before I realized nothing else was gonna happen. I think this actually is summing up one of my problems with this really well. Conspiracy theorists have clung so hard to this, like, you know, inkblot test interpretation that it's kind of the only piece of data they actually show. They just show this one image and then every like diehard conspiracy person is like, yeah, that's enough for me. Looks fucking good.
You know how it has numbers? I wonder what those numbers mean. Like, is there a picture that shows us what each number represents in their little brains?
For millennia,
the
Great Pyramid of Khufu.
That voice sounds AI.
Has stood over the desert sands.
It sounds like it's some celebrity voice that they took and they put it through AI.
I realized again, I just randomly scrolled and it's just another video about the same thing. I literally have managed to hone my algorithm to just be bullshit. Brick by fucking brick. All I get is conspiracy theories about the pyramids.
Buying time and human understanding.
It sounds like Morgan Freeman.
A monument of stone. It has carried its secrets through the ages until now.
Oh my God. It's just, how do people look at this and they're like, yeah, that sounds like science to me. This is also the thing I want to draw.
Sounds like sci-fi.
Here, I want to draw a distinction between the researchers that are working on this and the people who are parroting it in the human centipede. While I do have my problems with the way that the researchers went about presenting this information, the problem that I really have is just with the human centipede. Because of course the conspiracy theorists are going to cling to...
Because every theory starts off as sounding maybe slightly weird and they have to like work on it, right? But anybody who's taking the tiny little bit, like any little bit of grain of salt and then blowing it up and making this big regurgitated, acting like it's facts without really any clarification, that's the problem.
The most sensational information. They don't give a shit about academic integrity.
Pyramids were not built on the surface to honor the dead.
Well, we know that is the TTS voice.
They were constructed as anchors, as containment.
This is so strange. ChatGPT told me about this pyramid. Oh my.
Obelisks to seal something ancient and immense.
I literally cannot listen to that voice.
I can't either, Milo. Please make it stop. My brain is rotting.
Beneath the earth, they snealed.
Peener snipper guy. These newly discovered chambers.
These newly discovered chambers. Oh, so did you guys notice that Milo's phone is dying?
Form what ancient texts called the Abyssal Vault. According to a forbidden section of the Book of Thoth.
The Book of Thoth.
Translated.
It's just so... This is strange. ChatGPT told me about the pyramids. I didn't even read the caption. ChatGPT told me this about the pyramids. ChatGPT.
Mm-hmm.
I kid you not. That is what ChatGPT told me.
We are so fucked.
We are so fucked.
According to a forbidden section.
According to a forbidden...
Translated only once.
Oh, they're doing Billy Carson genre pseudoscience. The Emerald Tablets, you know, they tell us about a lost city underneath the pyramids. How do I know? ChatGPT told me. I'm going back to my feed. Let's see what we got here.
The comparison is crazy.
Bullshit is. Wow, that is pretty crazy. Yes, okay, there's a lot of people actually who are on the ball with this. That information has already been debunked. No article ever mentioned megastructures beneath the pyramids. They were talking about strange underground voids, basically air pockets. Is this how you want to be relevant? Is this how you expect to be taken seriously? By spreading false information, claiming it's real, and then using altered images to keep pushing the misinformation.
Damn, call him out.
Dude cooked with that comment, I'm gonna be honest. But that's what I mean. Like, this account, okay, to be fair, this account has 3,000 followers, so it's not much. I'm not gonna show the names of these, but the name is something along the lines of just facts, implying that it's like an interesting fact account. So when they post something like this with absolutely no context, people...
The fact that it has also 21,000 likes.
People are gonna see it and be like...
And 7,000 shares.
Like, well, that makes sense, I guess. It's from a fact account, so why the hell not? And that's another big problem I have with these conspiracies, is like, the conspiracy accounts willfully omit the information that people would need to actually understand what this is about. They are manipulating people into believing it, who likely would be able to tell that this is unverified if you actually gave them the right information.
You guys aren't gonna believe this archaeology news.
Oh, I saved this one because this is awesome. This is the Instagram account Dirt Diaries. Want to give a big shout out to her. I've seen her stuff before. It's great. And when she popped up on my feed, it was after a volley of all these actual science communication accounts talking about like, well, you know, it's not peer reviewed, but guys, some say it's a power generation structure. And it's like, please don't actually do this to me. And lo, she didn't. She made a great video talking about how it's a bunch of fucking bullshit. She's an archaeologist. You guys should go check her out. Give her a follow on Instagram. Also want to add for that one, little tip for all my people interested in getting into science communication. Take notes from that hook.
You guys aren't gonna believe this archaeology news because it's fake. Yeah, all of this, fake.
That's a damn good hook.
It is a damn good hook, right? It's kind of giving that grifter hook vibe where it's like, you're not gonna believe this weird ass conspiracy, but guess what? It's fucking fake. And then you're gonna be like, wait a minute. I need it. So if you believe that information, you're gonna want to watch it. If you want to know why something's fake or what this weird fake conspiracy is, you're gonna watch it. It's a great hook.
Y'all ain't gonna believe this. Why? Because it's fake. Fucking banger.
The latest revelations of what could be under Cafe Pyramid have shocked the entire world.
Could be. You see, this is how...
That's the trick, is those marketing words, right? Could instead of it is, you say maybe, possibly.
Like, conspiracy people get away with this shit, is they'll throw in like a could be for plausible
conjecture
deniability. It's not peer-reviewed anyway, guys. I think that it's a power plant underneath the pyramids made by aliens. And then when you call them out, they're like, whoa, man, we just said that it could be. Like, that's not enough. That's not enough due diligence to just say, like, you know, hey guys, I might be talking out my ass here, but anyway, here's this giant conspiracy theory that people are not science literate enough to not fall for when I'm not giving them the right fucking information.
The structures and pylons to as much as 2 kilometers under the pyramids is just beyond anything anyone had imagined. 1 year and 1 month ago, I posted regarding this encryption of Leonardo da Vinci's work related to Khafre Pyramid. And I showed how the inner structures were matching the structures that basically were within the current pyramid itself. The slope angle matching 53 point.
Then let's actually research it. Who knows? Maybe Da Vinci found the emerald tablets under the pyramid. I don't fucking know.
The music too. 92,000 likes. God, I need a grift, man.
We ain't doing that one, boys. Okay, let me ask you this. To all you fucking people out there who are talking about the lost power generation system, where the fuck are the things that transported the power, and where the fuck are the things that actually used the power?
Good question. Why power plant if there's no lights that need to be powered on?
Now, I know what they're gonna say to the first one. They're gonna say, Nikola Tesla, they found a way to do it wirelessly. And you know what? I'm not saying that there's not a way to do wireless electricity. Tesla was a fucking genius. I'm sure that he could have achieved so much more had he lived longer and been taken more seriously. But I'm not talking about Nikola motherfucking Tesla. I'm talking about ancient Egypt. And if you want to just say that they found a way to wirelessly deliver electricity, that is a cop-out for why the fuck there is literally no evidence of it. Wow, there's no fucking wires. There's no anything that could actually be powered by it. Why is that? Well, it's just because they did it through the air, and the thing it powered was the fucking, See, I can't even think of something stupid.
I can't even think what they would power it. They're high-tech sex bots?
Stupid enough. Like, I think about this with the whole pyramid was a giant power plant thing, which is what this is all
They're mecha Gundam suits?
about. It's like, yeah, that's kind of interesting. I kind of think that theory's cool. I still have that book sitting on my desk over there from the Philip Ziba thing that I haven't bothered to read yet. I'm like, you know what? I want to look at that. I don't believe it, but like, that's kind of interesting. I think that's cool. But then
could be cool sci-fi movie.
The big question is, why the fuck, what do you do with that? What are you powering with this giant thing? They don't find like, you know, fucking lasers that they use. They don't find, you know, they didn't have phones. And like, I get whatever their technology is would have looked a lot different, but like, we haven't found any artifacts that would like be contextually appropriate for finding power generation systems. Occam's razor, people, what the fuck?
Have you guys heard about how they scanned under the pyramids and they've apparently found like coils underneath? I just found something that might be just as crazy, if not crazier than that. This is an 1863 Cassell Publishing House.
I already don't like where this is going. I already don't like where this is going.
Bible.
There's a lesson in this, Milo, don't be an asshole. Okay, this is one of my concerns with science illiteracy. It takes very well-meaning people and capitalizes on the fact that they may have not had an upbringing that has primed them for doing thorough and accurate research.
Yeah, they never were taught how to research. That's basically it. They were never taught how to effectively research.
You see how that video opened with, have you guys heard how they scanned under the pyramids and apparently found coils underneath? This woman very obviously just sort of probably saw this on TikTok or something. I doubt she watched the fucking press conference in Italian or, you know, read the other things that these guys have put out. And I'm not blaming her for that. I don't think it should be the responsibility of the general public to read scientific papers and be engrossed in all of the fucking, like, jargon and
there's a reason we have people doing certain jobs, right? Like everybody has a job and they shouldn't have to know everything to be able to not be lied to.
To the space. That's not their job. It's the job of science communicators like myself and others to take what's learned in academia and make it something digestible and entertaining for the public. But when we don't have enough science communicators, that niche is filled by conspiracy theorists who will take this sensationalized information and they'll be the ones to convey it to the public. So a woman like this, who again, no shade at all, probably doesn't have a whole lot of literacy in the world of archaeology or history, at least just by hearing this, it doesn't sound like it. Again, not her responsibility. I don't blame her at all for that. It's not shade.
She's not an
She'll hear about this
archaeologist.
discovery from those conspiracy accounts, and the conspiracy accounts will willfully leave out the information that she needs in order to draw the conclusions that she would likely be able to draw herself if they gave her the proper information. So these conspiracy accounts end up manipulating very well-meaning people into believing things that are complete bullshit. Now, yes, she does go into the Bible here, and I'm not going to talk about that part because I'm not here to talk about people's religious convictions. That's none of my business. And I know a lot of religious people who are very science literate, but there's sort of this Ouroboros effect where people who are raised in a more religious household may have been raised with a little bit more of a disdain towards science, or may feel as though it somehow is incompatible with their worldview.
Or that it's attacking them.
Which can lead them later in life to being less responsive or less receptive to actual scientific process. So when something like this is, talked about, they can relate it back to something within their religious text or religious scriptures and use it as a support for that. So again, I'm not here to talk about
their own bias
about religion, but I think that this is a very interesting case of these conspiracy accounts doing a disservice to the general public by manipulating them by willfully omitting information.
There's no music. It was muted.
Banger song, dude. You can't play the banger song, can you? It's probably copyright. Hold on.
Correct. I don't know. Insert random music here.
This one actually shows data. That's pretty cool. Infographic based on a new image from the ground-penetrating radar release, which shows the magnitude and depth of their findings. Okay, credit where credit is due. This person is one of the first ones we've actually come across to show the actual data that they got from this. And follow it up with a second one. This specimen, we asked the AI model to re-examine the SAR data and understanding the angle and parallax better. The AI has concluded this is not naturally occurring. The Great Pyramid Project has supplied the original image they published yesterday. So here's the other thing. One, a lot of trust in AI here, guys. Why the fuck would you do that? AI is the same thing that told me that it's safe for me to eat a few small rocks a day, and that, what was the other one? Astronauts drink, smoke, and get laid or something.
What? Need to say more? Just go work your desk job in a rat race, you fucking loser.
I don't remember. And also AI needs to be trained on something, right? So I don't know what AI it is they're using. I don't know how many, examples there are of 2-kilometer long cavities underneath a pyramid that they could use to train this model to identify those that are naturally occurring and those that are man-made. Again, I just don't know a lot about what model they're using here, but they're putting a lot of faith in just AI as a whole. But yeah, and then it just goes to the graphic that they made, the Photoshop AI rendered graphic or whatever the fuck it is.
With the really obnoxious music.
And then just a fully AI image of, AI looks so bad. That's the thing that
it does look bad, man. It looks like ass.
Really gets me. I'm like, it just looks so tacky. Okay, so yeah, I'll give them a little credit for showing the actual data, but they didn't actually analyze it. They just said, here's the data, and then just a montage of sensationalized images. So really not that much better than anyone else. What are people saying? The world is becoming interesting. Brother.
Sometimes I feel like people are so badly wanting the world to be weird and interesting and conspiracy filled, like some sci-fi movie, that they're missing all the really cool and interesting things that we actually do have in the world because it's boring and not weird because nobody's lying to them about it.
The world has always been interesting. It makes me so sad that people have been spoon-fed this disdain for learning and for science and for giving a shit about things. And so the only thing that they want to hear is just bullshit misinformation. This is why we need fucking science communicators, guys. I mean this, if you're a generalist in something with a wide range of knowledge, you have the tools at your fingertips to be a fucking science communicator. I say this all the goddamn time. Consult with experts. Don't just, you know, fucking go out making shit up. But like, guys.
Shit that's just come out. Oh, this is insane. Yeah, I was gonna send this to you as well, Jamie. I'll send you one of the most
This is insane.
comprehensive breakdowns of it on X because it's quite stunning. So
okay, like I said, a lot of this got big on Joe Rogan, as so many reputable things do. And I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. Joe Rogan is open-minded in the same way that a sieve is open-minded. His mind is so open that it pretty much lets everything pass directly through it. Yes, don't get me wrong, he's a great interviewer. I really do believe that. But when you have the most mainstream podcast network in the entire world, a lot of people are gonna listen to you. And so it is from this.
I mean, he's made a great point in one of his previous videos about Joe Rogan. If you give everybody a platform and you treat them with the same respect and dignity for their research, regardless of whether they are a factual scientist or a conspiracy nut, you devalue it all. You devalue it all. You take away from the scientist and you give towards the conspiracy theorist, because he's not calling out any of them. He's just talking to them and coming off as seemingly neutral. But when you platform misinformation, you're platforming misinformation.
That it became Mama Bird into the human centipede. I'm just gonna stay with this analogy, fuck.
He's the front of the human centipede. At least he doesn't have to eat shit. He creates the shit.
I've made it this far. The Mama Bird into the human centipede that has become all of these bullshit videos that we have just watched, and so fucking many more. But now there's one last thing that I want to check. And that is, I said I wouldn't say his name until I did the follow-up video a year later, but I can't resist. Has Philip Zeba made a video on this?
Oh, Philip Zebra mentioned!
What do you got for me, Phil? What do you got for me? Oh my god, has he not? Philip. I'm just saying, guys, it seems like Philip has slowed down on the pseudo-archaeology, actually. There's still a couple, don't get me wrong, and I'll get into them. I haven't watched them yet. I've been purposely withholding judgment because I said I'd give him time, and I'm giving him time. But it does look like, at the time of me making this video at least, he has not made a video about this pyramid discovery.
Do we have an update?
Which is excellent. Hats off to you, Philip. That's great. Now,
I mean, he does have the pinned video of the Giza power plant, but you know.
That he will. He either just hasn't heard about it yet or hasn't bothered to turn on his phone. I don't know, one or the other. But it is my hope that when I inevitably have to talk about that video, it is done in a way that is academically honest, not misleading. Right? Okay, anyway, guys, that's all the guts I have for that right now. Believe me, even when I see bullshit like this in the news, I get a little piece of me that just glows seeing people getting excited about archaeology. That glow is, however, violently overshadowed by the dark cloud that is realizing that this passion for archaeology is being taken advantage of and manipulated by massive mainstream misinformation media outlets and the lampreys that suck them. Mainstream media and the lampreys that suck them.
Google at your own risk.
So again, I want to emphasize, if you saw some of these videos before watching this and thought to yourself, whoa, that's actually pretty cool, and you know, sent them to your friends and kind of believed it, fully believed it, whatever, that's not your fault. My point of making this video is to show how these videos willfully manipulate their audience. When I was a kid, I remember one of the stairwells of my middle school, someone had actually written gullible on the ceiling. Hilariously, they spelled it wrong. But I think about it every once in a while because it's a play on that gag where you'll tell someone, hey, it says gullible on the ceiling, and they'll look up and it says nothing, and you're like, ah, what a fucking idiot. And I always thought that was really weird because most people are very trusting. If you just kind of tell them something, their first response is not immediately to think that you're lying to them. And that's exactly the case for these videos. They're telling you that it says gullible on the ceiling, and then they're punching you in the head so that you can't look up. So again, I just want to emphasize that it is no one's fault for kind of falling for these videos. They're designed to manipulate you. And I want to give a really big thank you to anyone who did sort of believe in this and has got this far in this video for watching this video. I really recommend you watch the videos by my colleagues as well, because it'll fan those flames of the passion of archaeology that you have and also give you real, verifiable information. Despite what that guy said earlier, you are never going to learn more on TikTok than you did in school. So anyway, if you have any friends that have been talking about this and, you know, you don't know how to address it with them because you don't, you know, speak the language as well, that's totally cool. Send them this video or send them one of the videos by my other colleagues. It'll help inform them a little bit more. It's also really hard for the layperson who doesn't have a bunch of experience in this field to combat misinformation even when they see it. There are so many comments in those videos of people seeing that bullshit and rightfully being like, hey, this is complete misinformation. But unless they've spent the time to actually research it, it's really hard to actually articulate how.
Yeah, because oftentimes people will, I'll see in comment section, people will be like, this is bullshit. And they'll be like, how do you mean it's bullshit? Like, in what way? And they'll be like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain why it's bullshit, but it's bullshit.
And why? Which is the disadvantage that real science will always have to pseudoscience. Because pseudoscience doesn't need to back up any of its claims. They can just say shit, and you kind of have to take their word for it unless you research it further. So again, I hope you all leave this video with a greater understanding of this topic and a greater passion to maybe look a little bit deeper into these things in the future. If you liked this video, I'd greatly appreciate if you left an interaction on the video. It can be your way of helping me continue to make educational content for free on YouTube, because interaction like comments, likes, and shares helps educational content do better in the algorithm, which is dominated by fucking Mr. Beast or something. And if you're not done folding your laundry or doing your dishes, why don't you check out another one of my videos? If you're interested in some real fascinating hidden archaeology, why don't you check out my video on the Great Circle Earthworks? And feel free to share this video with any friends that you feel might get a kick out of it as well. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you all very much for watching this video. I'd like to give a huge thank you to my patrons on Patreon who make here possible. As they say, patrons get early ad-free access to all of my videos, and all of their names will be in the credits of this video as a small token of my appreciation. If you'd like to become a patron, link to that is in the description. Ladies and gentlemen, remember to stay curious, stay inquisitive, and most importantly, remember, don't believe everything you read in Italian.
Don't believe the Italian lies. Just because it's another language doesn't mean it's true. That can be applied to everything. Congratulations, Dude Guy, for being a patron. Years later.
All right, focus. Yeah, okay, so it must be working. That's good.
Thank you everybody for watching. And if you made it to the end of the video, make sure you comment banana. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.